Today, we delve into an investigative report by John Simon, dated January 1, 2026. This report raises serious questions about the intersection of film content, social control, and the manipulation of communities. Simon's work explores how controversial themes in movies, such as rough sex and molestation, are distributed widely, reaching not only the general public but also specific groups like Christian communities and mega-churches. As we unpack these findings, we'll examine the broader implications for families, education, and the very fabric of society. Films and movies have always played a significant role in shaping cultural norms and values. According to Simon, the distribution of films with explicit content, including themes of rough sex and molestation, has permeated communities at every level. These movies are not just entertainment, they influence educational settings, family discussions, and even religious gatherings. The report highlights how Christian megachurches, with their large audiences, are exposed to these films, raising concerns about the messages being absorbed by diverse groups within society. Simon's report draws a direct line between the film industry and political entities, specifically the Democratic and Republican parties. He suggests that these connections extend into secret societies, creating an intricate web of influence. The report questions why, despite the controversial nature of these films, certain individuals, like Simon himself, become targets of hostility, while the films themselves go unchallenged. This raises important questions about power dynamics and the selective enforcement of social norms. Striking aspect of the report is the focus on how individuals like Simon, who have no criminal history, become the subjects of prolonged abuse and targeting. Despite the presence of controversial films in the community, the attention is diverted from the media itself to law-abiding citizens. Simon claims this abuse has persisted for over 2 decades, raising the question, why are individuals targeted instead of addressing the root causes within the media and political structures? Simon's report introduces the idea that society is being divided into 5 distinct categories: toddlers, students, legal citizens, illegal citizens, and those in custody. This classification system, he argues, is used as a tool for social control, determining how resources and opportunities are distributed. The implications are far-reaching, affecting everything from education to legal rights, and shaping the way communities function and interact. Once, the dream of personal achievement was a cornerstone of society. According to Simon, this dream has been replaced by a focus on technological advancements, particularly the exploitation of DNA. He alleges that secretive organizations manipulate individuals' dreams and destinies through technology, fundamentally altering the path to success and fulfillment. This shift, he argues, undermines traditional values and the sense of community that once thrived. The report goes further, alleging that technological tools are being used to manipulate not just opportunities, but even the dreams of targeted individuals. Simon claims that management within housing and federal programs have the ability to influence the subconscious experiences of residents. This raises profound ethical questions about privacy, consent, and the potential for abuse in the name of progress. Key concern in Simon's report is the alleged disregard for oversight and the fundamental rights of individuals. He argues that contracts and community rules meant to protect citizens are being ignored, leading to instability and the erosion of trust. This lack of accountability, he suggests, is a major factor in the illegitimate restructuring of both DNA and the communities that depend on these protections. Simon's allegations extend to the very building blocks of society, our DNA. He claims that the manipulation of DNA, facilitated by technological and political agendas, is destabilizing communities. The report suggests that these changes are not accidental, but part of a broader strategy to reshape society according to the interests of powerful groups, undermining the stability that once defined neighborhoods and families. Report controversially links the policy of affirmative action to the redistribution of DNA and social engineering. Simon alleges that what was once a civil rights tool has been repurposed to facilitate political favoritism and cronyism. According to his perspective, this has allowed for the manipulation of who succeeds in society, regardless of merit, and has contributed to the ongoing restructuring of communities. Simon's report asserts that cronyism, favoritism toward friends and associates, has become embedded in the systems that govern society. This practice, he claims, is not just a matter of personal relationships, but a deliberate strategy to control the distribution of opportunities and even genetic traits. The result, according to Simon, is a society where success is determined less by ability and more by connections. Report references specific films such as 8mm to illustrate how various types of sexual activity, soft, hard, violent, are depicted and normalized in media. Simon points to the influence of these portrayals on public perception and behavior, suggesting that the categorization and distribution of sexual content is part of a broader agenda to shape societal norms and even influence genetic outcomes. Simon's report is particularly critical of the Christian hierarchy and mega-churches, such as Lakewood Church. He alleges that these institutions, rather than challenging the spread of controversial media, have become complicit in broader social engineering schemes. By choosing to target individuals like Simon instead of addressing the content itself, These organizations, he claims, become tools in the redistribution of DNA and social control. Megachurches wield significant influence over their congregations, and by extension, the broader community. Simon's report suggests that this influence is being leveraged not for spiritual guidance, but as part of a larger strategy to shape society's genetic and social structure. The alignment of religious institutions with political and technological agendas, he argues, has far-reaching consequences for community cohesion and individual rights. Separation of society into distinct classes, as described by Simon, is not just a matter of social organization. He claims it is a deliberate tool for redistributing DNA and controlling who benefits from policies like affirmative action and cronyism. This, he argues, has become a central mechanism for political control, with both major parties and secretive industry leaders playing key roles. Simon's report alleges that the Republican and Democratic parties, along with secret societies and powerful industries like petroleum, are orchestrating these social changes. The alignment of political, religious, and industrial interests, he claims, has created a system where control over DNA and social mobility is tightly managed by a select few. Controversial aspect of the report is the claim that sexual activity is being orchestrated and authorized differently within each social class. Simon suggests that the types of sexual behavior permitted or promoted are used as tools for directing the development of families and children, further reinforcing class divisions and the redistribution of genetic traits. Simon's report warns of dire consequences resulting from these social and technological manipulations. He claims that the orchestration of sexual activity within classes has led to an increase in molestation and the emergence of sexual predators, enabled by advanced technological tools. These developments, he argues, threaten the safety and well-being of children and families across all communities. Perhaps the most disturbing allegation in the report is the claim that technology is being used to manipulate the physical development of children, including the ability to induce sexual responses at an extremely young age. Simon presents this as evidence of the extent to which technological tools can be abused when oversight and ethical standards are lacking. Throughout the report, Simon emphasizes the need for proper oversight and adherence to fundamental rights and protections. He argues that the absence of accountability has allowed these abuses to flourish, undermining the social contract and eroding the foundations of trust and stability in communities. As we reflect on the findings of John Simon's investigative report, we are left with challenging questions about the direction of society. The intersections of media, politics, technology, and religion have created complex systems of control and influence. Whether or not one agrees with all of Simon's conclusions, his report serves as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance, ethical standards, and the protection of individual rights in an increasingly interconnected world.